afternoon. I'm Brad Nicholson. We're here in Lee Square in downtown Port Coquitlam, and today I'm with my friend Nancy Furness from the Poco Heritage Tree Society. I'm sorry, you tell me who you're from.
Sure. I'm here today to speak on behalf of the Poco Heritage Tree program. We're a program that started up about 2 years ago. It's been in the works, and we're largely community-based, community-driven, and our goals are to help protect Poco's natural heritage, as well to try and reconnect people with nature in their own community here.
So you mean that would be the trees within the urban environment right here in Port Coquitlam, so the heritage of the trees right within our community.
That's right. What we would like to do is to set up a heritage tree program and have it in place. There's a number of different criteria that we would use to identify these heritage trees. Things such as size or age or something special about them. They could be either ecologically or environmentally significant, or it could be due to a cultural or a historical aspect. So,
okay, let me ask you this then. Mm-hmm. What would be important about any particular tree? Like I understand that. In my own backyard, I have a lovely weeping willow that has been there the entire time I've been there, about almost 30 years. But what makes these trees heritage and significant to our community?
I think what happens is that there are stories connected with those trees, provides a link with our past. It's something that we value today, and it's something that we hope to preserve for the future. So it kind of draws a parallel across time so that we can see where our community has come from and where we're going. There's a number of different reasons why we would want to protect these trees. Mm-hmm. I think you're probably familiar with all the environmental reasons, that it's important to have trees in the landscape, but we're also just learning now the value as far as social aspects go, as far as health, human health, and also connectivity. So we need people to reconnect with nature, and once they do that, I think that there will be more of a will for people to protect their environment that they live in.
Sure. Now, you're familiar with, as I'm sure many people in Port Coquitlam are right now, you're familiar with what has happened in the rec center. Maybe in the rec center area of Port Coquitlam, where they've taken down a number of trees. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that and tell us about what you feel, what is important about that.
Sure. That was a very tough situation. Mm-hmm. It was unexpected, the extent of tree loss there. I think that we were all quite surprised by that. It's something that I think is almost like an impetus. It was a wake-up call for both the community to understand that our heritage trees and our large significant trees are at risk. It was also, I think, a wake-up call for the city, because they became aware, due to the feedback that they received from the public, that these trees are in fact very important to Port Coquitlam residents. And I think moving forward, there's a number of things that we could do to make sure that this type of situation doesn't happen again. We can strengthen our tree bylaws, which Port Coquitlam is doing now. We can make sure that there's good public consultation processes in place so that people can be made aware of these ahead of time and have an opportunity to input. I think also we have to start valuing the trees. We have to put a cost on what we're losing as a community, and the tree retention has to be put right into developing, right at the initial stages of the planning and development.
Right. Well, we know that trees are important in terms of just the oxygen that they provide for us, but what we forget is that they take carbon out of the air and they retain that for us, which is very helpful as humans, but they also do all sorts of other things.
Oh, absolutely. I think the carbon retention part is becoming, of course, more and more important with climate change.
Absolutely.
They also stop stormwater runoff, they absorb pollutants, they sort of act as a muffler for noise. They moderate temperature, cooler in the summer, less heating expenses in the winter.
Right.
And there's also a lot of social aspects where people, their blood pressure goes down, and there's more affluent neighborhoods. We actually see more trees.
So there's an actual dollar value
Yes.
to every tree in our community. And if I'm not mistaken, trees in our communities make our actual communities worth more. It increases the value of the neighborhood, it increases the value of our homes per se. So they're very, very important
Absolutely.
that way. I am curious in terms of who are the people in your group right now, and moving forward, how can people get involved in this program themselves?
Sure. Right now, myself, we have City Councillor Laura Dupont, who's been very supportive of us from the beginning. James Bobick, who is the city horticulturalist. He's very passionate, very talented. He's been a driving force behind this as well. And Chris Pardick, who is the city arborist. And Bill Herbst, who is retired from the city, but he used to be very much involved in the trees and tree retention when he was here as well.
Sure.
And going forward, how people can get involved with us, we have a number of things that we do. We participate in the May Day parades. So last year we actually took a prize. We had honorable mention for our turnout. So we asked people from the community to join us to show support for our trees and interest in our trees. Anyone is welcome to join us. And we also had a story writing contest last year. It's called The Greatest Tree Story Ever Told. So we weren't sure if we were going to get anybody submitting stories, but we ended up with such an amazing variety of stories. People from 5 years old up to 96 years old submitted stories. They were passionate, they were funny. They told stories about a special tree and all sorts of, just a wide range of stories. They were so good, in fact, that we decided to publish the book. So we do have an anthology that we've put out with these stories. The other thing that we do is to participate in the Poco Heritage and Cultural Society's Christmas tree decorating contest, for which we took first prize.
Sure.
We were judged as first prize this year. And then going forward this year, we're hoping to do things such as yoga under the trees, as well as a number of different tree walk events.
Is there a place, a website that people can go to in order to find out more and to get involved?
Yes, we do have a Facebook page. It's called Poco HeritageTrees. You can find us on Facebook and join our group. And you can also nominate. The public, we're asking to nominate trees, and they can do that through the Poco Heritage website. There's a link there where they can actually put in information to nominate a heritage tree.
So you have a pretty well-rounded program that's already going, and people can get involved. I want to thank you so much for speaking with me today, and speaking for trees, because that's really important, as we've seen. Thank you very much. My name is Brad Nickerson, and I am, again, here for Tri-Cities Community Television, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye now.